Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back. Um, I'm not really sure where to go with this video because it's kind of more of just a personal video, if that makes any sense. Um, I'm kind of, right now, I think I'm going to kind of use this as as a little venting session. I think I'm going to use YouTube to talk because I'm not very good at talking to people about things. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna talk and hopefully, hopefully I will feel better after this. I don't know. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna be talking about my life, what I am dealing with at the moment, and obviously I'm not gonna mention any names. If you know me as a person, maybe the certain things I talk about, you may know who I'm talking about. You may even be the person I'm talking about. I don't know. And to be honest, I don't really care either. I don't know. I feel like I need to get some shit off my chest and just talk, and this is the place that I'm gonna do it. It's probably not the best place to do it. I don't know. This video might not even go up. I'm not sure, but we're just gonna fucking do this shit. This is giving me anxiety right here. This. I'm actually sick to my stomach right now. Hopefully I'll get over that. I don't even know where to start right now, actually. I think, I don't know. This is really, I guess I didn't really think this through. I didn't really think this through. Crack open some Sprite here. Maybe that'll help me out. Cheers. So I don't know. This is weird. This is really weird. I don't know if I'm gonna cut this up at all. This is probably just gonna be the fucking most raw shit ever. I'm trying to like loosen myself up right now. I'm trying to loosen myself up. But basically, like the last like month and a half or so. This is gonna sound weird. I don't want it to sound like it's like a pity thing or anything. I just need to get shit off my chest, and because I suck at talking to people about what I'm dealing with, this is the only way I can do it. So that's why I'm doing this. But basically, the last like month and a half or so, I think, is probably like the shitty. I've just been feeling the shittiest that I've like ever felt. And I mean, like I've been depressed before, and I've felt shitty before, but lately, I've like just felt the shittiest that I've ever felt in my life, and I don't really know how to deal with it at the moment. So I'm just kind of, and there's not, there's, I don't even know, this is weird, I don't know how to do this shit, but I don't know. I think there's just a lot of things that eat at me, and that's kind of why I'm doing this, just to see if maybe I'll feel any better. I probably won't, but at least I'll at least talked to something, to an inanimate object, and by inanimate object I mean the camera, obviously, not you guys. Um, I don't know where to. I don't know where to. I don't know what to talk about first. I guess I'm gonna talk about someone. Obviously, like I said, no names will be mentioned. But this is someone who, at one point in time, I someone at one point in time that I considered to be my best friend at one point in time. And I think the fact that I kind of decided that he isn't anymore, despite all the good times and shit that we had together. I think me just realizing that it's just like it maybe it could have worked in a different timeline, but in this one it wasn't. I don't think it was meant to last, which I don't know. It's a weird thing to say because but I don't know. I think I don't know. It's such a weird thing because I started feeling it so suddenly, but I'll explain myself a little bit just so it doesn't seem like I just fucking dropped somebody for no reason. And just to clarify, this person is not dropped. They're just they're no longer someone that's super. They're just not really in my life anymore, and I think and it has to do maybe it's how they feel about me, but it's also how I feel about them. And I'm just gonna say that in the beginning of our friendship, it was quite simple, but after a short period of time, what I thought was that like we like shared, our shit stories, shit that happened to us in the past and what we were dealing with, and I thought we connected on like an emotional level, and that's and we pretty much hung out like every single day, and I thought we were like ride or die homies, and eventually, over time, this friend of mine got a girlfriend, which, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, the girlfriend that he ended up with ended up being a pretty cool person, and we even ended up hanging out as well, and she ended up being a good friend as well. But neither of them are really in my life anymore, and it's a weird thing because it's not like it's just me, like they don't hit me up, they don't text me to hang out, so it's obviously it feels like it's something I did, and I've tried talking to them the few times that we've been around each other in the past few months, and they say it's not me, but obviously I must have did something, which I don't know what I did, but all I know is that my best friend, the guy, obviously, the one that I thought was my ride or die homie, I found out something that, and I don't even know if they know that I know, if that makes any sense, and all my trust just went out the window. Everything, all the conversations we ever had, all the good times we ever had, I don't even know if that shit was fucking real. I don't know if it was real, and I don't know, I feel like when someone, like earlier I said I thought we connected on an emotional level, and the things that I thought we connected over were apparently, and this could be factual or not, but from what I know and from what I've been told, and it was not real. It was a lie. It was bullshit is what it was. And once I found that out, I think I felt, once I found that out, I just, the friendship just kind of, I wouldn't say it died, but I think I just kind of, I don't know, it's just, once you can't trust someone, it's hard to want to be, like, ride or die home. It's hard to want to be somebody's friend or best friend or whatever. I probably wasn't even that. Now I don't really know. I mean, we've probably hung out like all of 3 times in like the last 3 months. So, I mean, that says enough, I think. And I don't know. That's just one thing that I've been dealing with that kind of fucking sucks. Luckily, I did make a new pretty cool ass friend who we hang out like pretty much regularly. We like all the same shit, and you may have seen him in a handful of my videos throughout the course of my 4 different channels. Or 5. Is it 5 now? I think it is. I think it's 5. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. 5 channels? I'm crazy. But so I mean it's not like I have nobody, you know? I mean I have my mom and, you know, my brother and sister and all that. The people who matter to me most, I mean, they are there. Obviously I don't live with them, so, you know, it's not like I get to see them every single day. You know, besides my best friend, obviously, the new best friend, who's actually a good friend. Um, but yeah, so it's not like I have nobody, and I mean the place I'm living, you know, it's a reasonably positive environment, and, you know, I am treated right here by the people who have allowed me to move in here. I am treated right, and I'm not going to complain about that or throw it out the window. And, you know, obviously I appreciate having a roof over my head and a place to just stay and be myself, or at least try to be myself. Don't really know if there's much left of me these days, but I'm still here, still kicking. The other thing that's been on my mind is my dad, which I don't know. I don't know how this is a weird thing to talk about, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I mean, I'm not saying any names. It doesn't really matter. But my dad, for pretty much my whole life, hasn't really been there for me, and it's like the times that he was there for me almost like tricked my brain, and like no matter how many times I got away from his bullshit, he always somehow convinced me to come back, and the only reason I ever did was just because the memories, the good memories that I have with him are good enough that to keep me coming back, or so I thought anyways. But recently, I had to live in a motel with him, which, I don't know, maybe it's embarrassing, I don't know, it is what it is, but I had to live with him in a motel for a couple months, and now this wouldn't sound so bad, but, as I guess I didn't say this, my dad is an addict, which, I don't know, it's something I've learned to live with and deal with, but this time it was a little different, I think, because this time I had to see it, and I don't mean that I've never seen him when he's, you know, high, but this time it was different, because I had to see it and live in it and not be able to walk away from it and just stay there. And I mean, this lasted for like weeks on end, like for like a month. For the 2 months we were there, half of it was traumatic. I'm admittedly, I'm fully scarred from all the events that I had to deal with there, and it was moving in with him was probably the biggest mistake I could have made, I think, because even though I'm no longer living with him, I have not felt the same at all. I haven't been able to look at him the same. I blocked him, which I don't know, I don't want to talk to him. I don't really want to see him. And every time I do talk to him, it just makes me feel worse. And it's just it's a weird thing. It's hard for me to talk about, which is why I'm trying my best to do it here. I don't really know if it's working that well, or if I'm being, what's the word? Transparent enough? Is that the word? Transparent? I think that's the word. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I've been in this weird place lately, like the last month, I guess. I just I've just felt shittier and shittier, shittier and shittier. I think. Well, I used to work. I quit recently. It's probably been about like a week and a half, or maybe I don't even know how long anymore. I hardly even notice the days go by anymore. But um, I think this may sound weird. I was already feeling quite shitty, but um, recently I got sick, and it lasted a hot minute. It took a long time for me to get over it, and I think during that, being sick, you know, I think it just once you're not doing anything and you're just basically just sitting there alone with your thoughts, and you actually have to like think about shit, you're not just distracted by work, then I think you just I personally, I just started to feel even worse. The just the shit, like the most depressed I've ever felt in my life. And once I started having to call into work like pretty much every single day because of how sick I was, I just felt like the biggest piece of shit in the world. And even though it wasn't my fault, I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. But I knew, well, even though it's not a big, it's a fucking fast food restaurant. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But for me, I felt like I was letting everybody down, letting the whole crew down. And I just, the whatever depression I was feeling before, it just like doubled. And once I finally started to feel better, I went back to work, and I think the whatever sadness that I'm feeling right now, it really just really began its course, and I didn't have the motivation to do it anymore. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even bring myself to go to work, which it might sound kind of fucking stupid, but I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I quit. And I mean, I'm not really proud of it because the way I quit wasn't exactly honorable. I literally just blocked the fucking Taco John's number. I blocked my manager on everything because I didn't want to hear about it. Which obviously, I mean, that I took the coward's way out. I took the coward's way. That was a very cowardly thing to do. I'm well aware. But and I don't know. I still kind of feel shitty about that because I mean, it's not like I'm proud of it, but it's just something. It's something I had to do, and it is what it is. I mean, obviously, right now, I'm jobless, and obviously, I still need to make money, which I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that at the moment because, and this isn't laziness, by the way. If some random person clicks on this, you know, it's not laziness that makes me not want to go to work because I sit and I do productive shit, like pretty much majority of the day, or at least I try to. But the thought right now, at least where I am in my head, going to work is I know I wouldn't be able to do it right now. The motivation, the excitement, everything that I maybe at one point once had is no longer there. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, and I think I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna make sense because I have a lot of, like, I'm constantly thinking about the past and just replaying shit in my head, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but it seems like the longer ago that something happened, it seems like it's like let's say it's like 10 years since something happened, and it's almost like the longer, how do I say this? Like, I guess this is the way I would put it. The older something is, the newer it gets. Like, all my old memories, after a certain period of time, they just come to the forefront of my mind. and they just sit there and linger and just fucking remind me of all the shit that's happened. I mean, I can't. Originally, I didn't live where I live now. I used to live somewhere else, and it was probably this farm. I used to live on a farm. I mean, it wasn't really much of a farm. Yeah, we had some chickens and shit, but I mean, it wasn't like a serious. Like, we didn't make money off of farming. We just had chickens to have chickens, and fucking pet them and shit. But it was a weird period of time, because, well, I was living with my dad and his girlfriend, which passed away from COVID, which is really shit. In fact, that's actually the reason we had to leave the farm and come here in the first place. But I don't know, on that farm, it was like a double-edged sword, because it was like half the time it was good, and half the time it was the worst part of my life. It's a weird thing to say, and it's a weird thing to feel, and I just don't really know how to deal with it. So I just kind of sit and toss it around in my head. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm just feeling shitty because now that I've been living here where I am now for, and not the specific place, but just the general area, the town, the city. I've been living here for a little over a year, and I don't know if it's like since the excitement of being here, in a new place is gone, and like the having to grind, and I need to make money so I can live somewhere. Motivation isn't really there anymore, because I don't know, it's weird. It just seems like every time things are going good, then they just stop going good. It's over, it's done. It's dare I say, shitty. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this video anymore. I think I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Maybe drink some of this Sprite. I don't know, I mean, it's not like I'm not grateful for what I have. I mean, I have people in my corner, obviously, and I have things to distract me from life, but I think it's just all the ways that I used to deal with my problems, or even the way I still do deal with my problems, but I think it's just built up. And I think that the way of me just kind of, because the way I deal with bad shit is I just bury it. And I ignore it. But I think things have finally just stacked onto each other, and I just don't think I'm as strong as I was anymore. I mean, before I was able to just kind of ignore all the bad shit, and I tried my best to enjoy the good shit. And now I can't ignore the bad shit anymore because it's all I can think about. And even though I try my best to enjoy the good shit, in the end I don't think I really enjoy it. It doesn't feel like, nothing, like, there's certain things in people that make me feel content, and there's certain people that are my favorite people in the world that do make me feel happy in the moments that I'm with them. But majority of the time I don't enjoy anything. All the things that were once fulfilling to me aren't really that fulfilling anymore. It's almost like they're just kind of just a habit, like making YouTube videos. Like a couple months ago, I was like fucking hooked. I was enjoying the shit out of this, and now I just do it because I mean, I want to make videos, but I just I don't feel I don't feel like accomplished or fulfilled when I do them. I just kind of do them. This is a different type of video, obviously. This is very a drastic change from the usual shit that I do on all my channels. It's just I don't know. I don't think I've ever really gotten real like this before in my 7 years of making YouTube videos. I guess, I don't know, maybe I was just like afraid to be vulnerable on camera, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people probably are. I think this was a long time coming, and I mean, like I said, I suck at trying to, I mean, there's certain people that I can share my feelings with, like, you know, my mom or my brother, or, you know, like that kind of stuff. You know, my current best friend, who is awesome, and probably one of the very few things that keeps me going these days. But I don't know, I'm just in a very weird spot right now, and I don't really know what to do, don't really know how to feel, don't really care about, I don't know, I mean, as shitty as this sounds, I don't really, know how to say this. Like, if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I don't think I would care very much. At least in the place that I'm in right now, in the way that I'm feeling right now, I could really, I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm not gonna like off myself, but at the same time, I don't really care if I did, like, you know, pass away. I don't really think I would care anymore. Obviously, I know this is hopefully a feeling that I'm not going to feel forever, but right now, in my current state of mind, that is how I feel, and I don't know, I think I might do more videos like this in the future, but I do feel a little better, I think. And for those of you who watched through this, you're a legend, I suppose. It's pretty cool. And shit, I don't even know what else to say at this point. But yeah, there might be more venting sessions like this in the future. Actually, if anything, this is more of like a therapy session than anything. Obviously, it was just me talking, but I don't know. If you guys want to leave, you know, advice in the comments or whatever, or just, I don't know, anything. But yeah, I'd say I hope you enjoyed. I don't really think this would be a remotely enjoyable video, but yeah, that is it. That is video, and I will catch you all in the next one, and hopefully it's not another video like this.